Yo, my people, what's good? So, if you don't know, I've actually produced for Marnz Malone in the past before, and his team have asked me to send him some more beats. So, I thought I'd show you how I make them. He has a very emotional UK rap style with some of his melodies almost having an R&B feel to them. So, basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I make my melodies, and then we're going to make some drums together. Okay, so starting off, I have this melody that I already made, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down for you, and then we'll make some live drums together. So, starting off, I started off with this pad sound. So how I made that, I went into Serum and I'll show you the MIDI. It's very simple. All it is just triad chords. So it's just a G sharp minor to an F sharp major to a G sharp minor down to an E minor. So there's literally 3 chords throughout the whole chord progression. That's all you need really. Just make sure it sounds emotional. And then in the second 4 bars, all I did was pitch up the invert the middle notes up 1 octave. So yeah, as you can see, it's only 3 chords throughout the whole progression, and some people think like you need to have these crazy chord progressions to make these like R&B sounding melodies, but you don't. All you just need is some good sound selection, and you just need to know a few chords which like fix well together. And that is literally just trial and error as well, you know. So yeah, but in the second 4 bars, all I did was invert the middle notes up 1 octave, just to give it kind of a different feel, so it's not too repetitive. So yeah, after that, I layered that sound with this pad from Analog Lab. So as you can see, literally all I've done is copy and paste it over. Literally changed nothing. I just literally copy pasted. Didn't even change the velocities or anything like that. It's just the same thing, just layered. And when you with these R&B melodies and these emotional melodies, because you don't want too much going on, because you need to be able to let the artist do their thing and rap on the beat. You just need to layer a lot of things to make the melody sound fuller. So yeah, after that, I just wanted to add another element to the sample just to spice it up a little bit, give it a bit of variation, and otherwise it'd be a bit too boring. So I decided to go for a saxophone, and this is what that sounds like by itself. So yeah, as you can see, it's very simple. It still leaves a lot of space in the sample. It's not overpowering the sample. You know, that's the key to these samples. You don't want any element to overpower. Um, and yeah, it's like a nice little subtle texture in the background of the sample. Adds to the emotion of it. Okay, so then after that, I added a sub bass, and for these emotional UK rap R&B sounding samples, a sub bass is usually my preferred option, because you know it gives that nice R&B feel to the sample, and this is what that sounds like. So yeah, it's basically just following the root notes of all the chords. Nothing crazy going on. There's just a few sort of filler notes and transition notes throughout the progression, just to make it a bit more interesting for the listener. And then finally, after that, you know you can't have one of these samples without a emotional vocal in the background. It's a key element to these samples. Um, it's one of them ones where it's like if the sample's good, like your melody's good. What the hell? What the helly? What the helly? What the helly? Yeah, so it's one of them ones where it's like if your melody's good, if your sample's good, and the vocal's bad, it's gonna ruin the whole sample. But if you have an average melody and a really good vocal, it's gonna elevate the sample to another level. So it's a very very important element in these type of samples. This is what that vocal sounds like. So yeah, as you can tell, it's very emotional. It's got a nice R&B sound to it, and you can always hear Marnz Malone's vocals on top of it. Yeah, that's the melody basically done. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how I mixed it as well. So for the pad sounds, I layered them together, and then that's why I exported them into one audio file, just so it's easier to arrange. I added a compressor. I added a spreader just to widen the sound a little bit. I added a shaper box. I can't remember what it does though. I guess nothing. And I added an EQ. Okay, so the saxophone has a reverb on it. It has a delay on it. Just a slight delay with the output turned all the way down, just so you can barely hear it in the background. It just adds a bit of texture, makes the sample sound a bit fuller. And then also it has an EQ cutting out the low end, some of the high end, and then it boosts a little bit of the presence. And then after that, the bass. So the bass has an EQ on it, just cutting out the high end, and then some of the super subs cuts out as well. And so for the vocal, it actually wasn't originally like this. It was originally a bunch of like shorter vocals that I put together, and I created one long vocal. And they were all mixed like originally, and then I exported it out. But this is what the effects were originally. It was a compressor. It was a reverb, quite a lot of reverb. There was a delay, and then an EQ cutting out the low end. But yeah, the way that this is what it was, all small vocals that I sort of chopped up together, exported it out, and then turned it into one main vocal. But yeah, that's the sample done. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna export it, and then we're gonna get into some drums. But yeah, for these type of songs, for the drums, again, you don't want too much going on, otherwise the artist won't be able to do their thing on it. They won't be able to get their bars out correctly. So you want it to be a bit more spacious, a bit more emotional. So I reckon we're gonna start with just a clap. I think we're gonna go for like a nice sort of light sounding, quite high endy hi-hat. I feel like they work well for these emotional beats. See what I mean? You want space. Quite like that. Gonna add some rolls to make it a bit more interesting. Now this is sounding good already. I like it. Maybe add a snare, counter snare. Actually, might try. No, I low-key prefer it with the same one. I think this sounds like a vibe already, man. Like I said, you don't want to overdo it with these type of samples. But ooh, cut like that. I don't like it with the snare though. Let's try it without. Not sure if I like that, but we'll keep it for now. Add a crash. I always have to add a crash at the start of my at the start of each 4 bars because it always adds a bit of energy to the start. Get rid of this one. This the perk. Yeah, man. To be honest with you, I think that sounding pretty much done. To be honest with you, like I said, you don't want to do too much with these type of samples. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it out. I'm gonna arrange it, and then I'll show you the final product. So yeah, that's the final beat done. I want to thank you lot for watching. Make sure to please like and subscribe. We've got more videos coming. Got a lot of loop kits coming. And yeah, man, I'm gonna show you the final beat.